Fine. Bayabunga, do you have any questions, before we start? I think, is there any doubt in dope sheet? Okay, you can't use that. It's okay. Do you have any doubt in dope sheet? How to use dope sheet? Okay, but anyhow, if it is there, let me just show that how to. Okay. Um, Fine. So let me open dope sheet. So for example, I'll just pick this. Okay, and I'm gonna duplicate this here. Okay, you have a series of objects, right? So let's say I'll place it here in frame number 1. I'm gonna set key. At frame 10, I'll do a set key again. So till 40, from here to here, it will go set key. 50, it goes back, set key. 60, set key. Multiple set keys I have done. Okay, you had a question, how do we copy, right? So now if you see, there is a movement. At frame number 60, it's here. Now let's say 60 is here. At 60, this is here. Okay, what I'll do, at 100, I'll move this to forward and set key. So now let's see, from 60 to 100, it is moving. So for example, so from here to 60 is there's a movement. I want from 60 to 70, I want these objects to stay there only. 60 to 70, I want this object to stay there. Okay. So I'll just, okay, how do we do that? Okay. So how do we do that is, for example, in 60 frame 60, we have it. Okay. Just middle click. You need to do a middle click over here at 60 frame 60. Mid click, drag and drop to 70. Your middle mouse, mid click, drag and drop to 70 and press yes. So what has happened is, at 60, whatever value was there of these objects, whatever value is there, the same value from here to here, it has been copied. But how does it capture? When we press S, then only it will capture. So now you can see from 60 to 70, it has been captured. Okay. Slower since it moves faster on my display. Okay, fine. For this particular question, Bayabunga, click on this animation preferences. I understand, it's running so faster. So click on this. Click on this. The person, like you see an icon which is a character which is running, right? This is a preference, animation preference. Click on this. In this, this is a preferences. You have time slider. In the time slider, make sure playback speed to 24 fps bar 1. Okay. 24 fps bar 1. So earlier it was play every frame. Instead of that, make it 24 fps bar 1 and save. Okay. Then it's like this. See? Okay. Any doubts? Just give me a minute, one second. Just give me a minute, one sec. There's someone at the door. Okay, what I have done is frame 1, my the sphere, I have done a set key. Frame 25, I have moved the character. There is a set key. At frame 13, what I did, I just lifted this up in y-axis and did a set key. So 1 to 25, it's like this. Okay, this is the only animation which I'm doing. And even what I can do, I'll go to graph, you go to translate y, select this, you can press F, select this bottom thing, go to tangent, you can make this linear. So what is happening? See? Okay, you have it like this, right? Okay, now I'm fine with the animation, but I want to continue throughout. Okay, there are two things in this. Under curve, pre-infinity and post-infinity. You need to understand what is this pre and post. Here one is there, right? Now, instead of 1, I can make it minus 100. So what happens? See, I can go to the negative value also. Negative value represents pre-infinity. Negative is pre-infinity. Positive values, positive frames move to post-infinity. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just make this as 1 so that only post-infinity will be there. Okay. So just select the object, go to curves, post-infinity. What I'll do, I'll show you cycle. There is two different things between cycle and cycle offset. So I'll click on cycle. So what happens? Cycle means what? It will rotate or it will repeat on the same position, right? So see, it's moving and there's a movement in the same place. Okay. See, in the same place, for example, from here to here it has moved, right? The position we have animated from this position to this. The end position is 25. From here it will continue. You can see the graph. Okay, but see, I'm not able to see the graph here. See, I'm not able to see, right? I just select the entire sphere itself. Okay, how do I see that? How do I see that? Go to view, under graph editor, view, turn on infinity. When you turn on infinity, under view, turn on infinity. When you turn on infinity, you are able to see what it is. See? You are able to see, let's say, for example, see you till, like till whatever frame you are, okay? You go to 200, 300, 1000, this animation will be repeating continuously, okay? So we are having this one. This is cycle. Now, I'm selecting this object. Instead of cycle, under post infinity, I click on cycle with offset. When I do cycle with offset, what happens is it will stop. I think I need to have a start frame, end frame. I can break connection. I'll do the break connection so that I can break the connection part. How to like break connections here. Okay. But I think select this. I think I'll do break connection for X, break connection for Z. So manually, I think we can do. Just a minute. Okay. Fine, okay, this is one part, I think just only for this. Let me just come up with one more option. I'll go with width. I think width, I need to add num. Okay, I'm just creating this a simple square, a correct angle. Okay, let's just pick the face, this particular face. Okay, let me extrude this like this. Okay. What I'm doing is, I'll create kind of like an hammer. Okay, but I'll do the animation for the hammer with the next infinity. So first thing is, I should have the pivot point. So pivot point not here, it should be over here. Okay. So how do I change the pivot point? There are two options. I think you know that, right? You can press insert key, or you can press the keyboard, D. So first you can press insert key, just move it, like little bit upside. So you can change the pivot point of an object. So what my plan is, so I'll just go to frame 25. Okay. Let me take this to -15. Set key. Okay. And frame 25 also set key. 1 and 25 is same. I'll come to 13. This is +50. Set key. So see, you have this action, right? Now I select this, I go to graph. So in graph, what is that, like which is having infinity? This is rotate Z. Okay. You have an animation of rotate Z. Now I go to curves, post infinity, I do oscillate. I click on oscillate. So can you see? It's repeating. I did only animation from 1 to 25 only. I'm not even copying any frames. It's automatically it is happening. So go to graph. You can see that the oscillation is happening, right? You can come up with the story, or you can come up with some sort of animation part using these things. Okay. Cycle with offset. Okay. So let's say I just take sphere part. I'll take this cube for animation. Okay. How do you make, the cube to rotate? See, for example, when I do the animation, it goes like this only. But as it rotates, I want this to move. That's another, method or technique, I can say. I'll show you that. Just before that, we have seen post infinity, linear and constant. Okay, constant means whatever animation is there, that just to turn it off. Okay, we have this right movement. I select this, I make this
post infinity constant. That means you have animation only up to here. Whatever infinity we have given, that we have removed. I select this guy, this one, curves post infinity constant, like this, nothing else. Now, I'll be deleting the other keys. So I have my one sphere here. Set key 25. Set key 13. Set key. Right. I have it like this. So I select the sphere. I'll go to curves, post infinity, cycle with offset. Okay, this is what I was suggesting. I didn't see just 1 to 25 only I have done the animation. So the major difference between cycle and cycle offset. Cycle, what happens? It goes from here to here, and there only it will jump. It will go up and down. That is cycle. Cycle with offset, this is what it happens. It's moving. That means whatever value is there at the end, from there, means Maya has captured value from here to here. This much value will be repeating from 25 to 50. It's repeating. Okay. Let's keep on repeating. Now what we can do, we can define even more, with the graph, anyhow, we can play around. Go to translate Y, select this F. So I can make this thing, linear. Okay. I can select this and make it linear. And I can select this. I can add some weight. Go to curves, weighted tangent. Go to tangent, free tangent weight. So in that case, we can select this so that the sphere will be in the air for some time, like this. Okay, so this is all about our post infinite, like cycle with offset. Okay, linear is nothing but like making it sharp in the sense, for example, I go to curves post infinity. If I make it linear, okay, let me just delete this. Let's focus on this one. So I select this. When I make this, okay, let me just do curves post infinity. One is oscillate also I'll give, and I go to curves post infinity. I give linear also. So in that case, what happens? Okay, linear is just one move. Oscillate multiples it will. Go to graph, curves post infinity, oscillate. Okay. Okay, any doubts on this? Any doubts, Banga? I think MD has dropped. Okay, so fine, let me just skip this in our layer. Add selected object. Now coming to this particular part. So I create one plane. This is a trick or tips and tricks, like we can call. What is that is, see, I want my sphere to be here in the frame 1. Okay, frame 1. And at frame 100, I want this to be somewhere here. So it's like there is a movement from here to here. Okay. So or else let's do one thing. I'll remove the animation here. So for example, okay, okay, let me just show you. At frame 100, if my sphere is somewhere here, I'll do like this. But what if I want to do an animation, let's say at 100, I don't want sphere to, means this cube to go like this. I want this to rotate and move, right? So 270, I want this to rotate and go. So in that case, what happens? When you see it's rotating like this, but it is, the object is going below the surface. I don't want this to happen. I want this to go above the surface. Okay. So that case, there's another way. We cannot just do like this. Okay. Okay. So in that case, so I'll not be doing this. So let me delete this. So my frame 1, it's here. So first thing, frame 1 is here, right? Frame 1 to I need to press insert, change this pivot point to here, move the pivot point to here. In this case, what happens? You are able to rotate this like this. You are able to rotate. Okay. So my frame 1 is here, right? I'll come to frame 20. So at 20, what I'll do, I'm going to rotate this to this 90. Okay. And I'll do a set key. So now this object's pivot point is here. If I want to rotate again, it goes like, like in the bottom. I don't want like that, right? I want this to rotate on the plane itself, on the surface itself. Then what I have to do, I need to group this. I need to group this one, Control G, then go to modify center pivot. This is another pivot point. Now for this pivot point, you press insert. For this pivot point, you press insert, come over here and to bottom, okay, like this. From at 20, the key should be here, and 20 to 40, I'm going to rotate this here. Again, 90. Set key. Next, what I'll do, again, just to rotate, I am going to group one more time, Control G, modify center pivot, press insert, move it like this, and to the bottom. Now at 40th frame, do a set key. Come to 60, you rotate this to 90. Repeat one more time. That is Control G for group, modify center pivot, press insert over here, 2 down. Okay. S for set key, come to 80, rotate one more time. Okay. So rotating a cube, this is the format it is. Okay. And if you can achieve something like this, see. Okay. If you can achieve this output, you can take a play blast and use this for your demo reel. Rotating a cube is also a challenge. We'll discuss about like portfolio part and all in the next class. I'll let you know what and all things needs to be done. Okay. So far you use create some animation using post infinity. Okay. Some of the options.